Welcome at Interdimensionals. Today we will explore our solar system formation and discovery. Approximately 4.5 billion years ago, a dark cloud of gas and dust began to collapse. As it shrank, the cloud flattened into a swirling disk known as a solar nebula, according to NASA science. The heat and pressure eventually became so high that hydrogen atoms began to combine to form helium. The nuclear reactions released vast amounts of energy and our Sun was formed. The Sun accumulated about 99% of the available matter, and the remaining material further from the Sun formed smaller clumps inside the spinning disk. Some of these clumps gained enough mass that their gravity shaped them into spheres, becoming planets, dwarf planets and moons. Other leftover pieces became asteroids, comets and smaller moons that make up our solar system. For millennia, astronomers have followed points of light that seem to move among the stars. The ancient Greeks named them planets, meaning wanderers. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn were known in antiquity, and the invention of the telescope added the asteroid belt, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto and many of these worlds' moons. The dawn of the space age saw dozens of probes launched to explore our system, an adventure that continues today. There have been 5 human-made objects so far: Voyager 1, Voyager 2, New Horizons, Pioneer 10 and Pioneer 11, that have crossed the threshold into interstellar space. The Sun. The Sun is by far the largest object in our solar system, containing 99.8% of the solar system's mass. It sheds most of the heat and light that makes life possible on Earth and possibly elsewhere. Planets orbit the Sun in oval-shaped paths called ellipses, with the Sun slightly off-center of each ellipse. NASA has a fleet of spacecraft observing the Sun, such as the Parker Solar Probe, to learn more about its composition, and to make better predictions about space weather and its effect on Earth. Mercury, the closest planet to the Sun. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun and the smallest planet in the solar system. It is only a little larger than Earth's moon. Mercury spins around the Sun in only 88 days, and because it is so close to our star, about 2/5 the distance between Earth and the Sun. Mercury temperatures can reach a scorching 840 F, 450 C, in the day, which is hot enough to melt lead. Meanwhile, on the night side, temperatures drop to -290 F, -180 C. Mercury's atmosphere is very thin. It cannot stop incoming meteors. Its surface is therefore pockmarked with craters, just like our moon. Over its 4-year mission, NASA's Messenger spacecraft revealed incredible discoveries that challenged astronomers' expectations. Among those findings was the discovery of water ice and frozen organic compounds at Mercury's North Pole, and that volcanism played a major role in shaping the planet's surface. Venus, Earth's solar system twin. Venus is the second planet from the Sun and is the hottest planet in the solar system. Its thick atmosphere is extremely toxic and composed of sulfuric acid clouds. The planet is an extreme example of the greenhouse effect. The average temperature on Venus' surface is 900 F, 465 C. At 92 bar, the pressure at the surface would crush and kill you. And oddly, Venus spins slowly from east to west, the opposite direction of most of the other planets. Venus is sometimes referred to as Earth's twin, as they are similar in size, and radar images beneath its atmosphere reveal numerous mountains and volcanoes. Because it is often brighter than any other object in the sky, Venus has generated many UFO reports. Earth, our home planet, filled with life. Earth, our home planet, is the 3rd planet from the Sun. It is a water world with 2/3 of the planet covered by water. Earth's atmosphere is rich in nitrogen and oxygen, and it is the only world known to harbor life. Earth rotates on its axis at 1,532 feet per second, 467 meters per second, slightly more than 1,000 miles per hour, 1,600 kilometers per hour, at the equator. The planet spins around the Sun at more than 18 miles per second, 29 kilometers per second. Mars, the solar system's red planet. Mars is the 4th planet from the Sun. It is a cold, desert-like planet covered in iron oxide dust that gives the planet its signature red hue. Mars shares similarities with Earth, It is rocky, has mountains, valleys and canyons, and storm systems ranging from localized tornado-like dust devils to planet-engulfing dust storms. Substantial scientific evidence suggests that Mars at one point billions of years ago was a much warmer, wetter world. Rivers and maybe even oceans existed. Sheets of water ice the size of California lie beneath Mars' surface, and at both poles are ice caps made in part of frozen water. Hope that signs of this past life, and the possibility of even current life forms, may exist on the Red Planet has driven numerous Mars missions, and the Red Planet is now one of the most explored planets in the solar system. Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun, and the largest planet in the solar system. The gas giant is more than twice as massive as all the other planets combined, according to NASA. A famous feature in its swirling clouds is Jupiter's Great Red Spot, a giant storm more than 10,000 miles wide, first observed in 1831 by amateur astronomer Samuel Heinrich Schwabe. It has ranged at more than 400 miles per hour for the last 150 years, at least. Jupiter has a strong magnetic field, and with 75 moons, including the largest moon in the solar system, Ganymede. Saturn, the ring jewel of the solar system. Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun and is famous for its large and distinct ring system. When polymath Galileo Galilei first studied Saturn in the early 1600s, he thought it was an object with three parts, a planet and two large moons on either side. More than 40 years later, Christian Huygens proposed that they were rings. The rings are made of ice and rock, and scientists are not yet sure how they formed. The gaseous planet is mostly hydrogen and helium and has numerous moons. Uranus, the tilted, sideways planet in our solar system. Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun and is a bit of an oddball. It has clouds made of hydrogen sulfide, the same chemical that makes rotten eggs smell so foul. It rotates from east to west like Venus. But unlike Venus or any other planet, its equator is nearly at right angles to its orbit. It basically orbits on its side. Astronomers believe an object twice the size of Earth collided with Uranus roughly 4 billion years ago, causing Uranus to tilt. That tilt causes extreme seasons that last 20+ years, and the Sun beats down on one pole or the other for 84 Earth years at a time. The collision is also thought to have knocked rock and ice into Uranus' orbit. These later became some of the planet's 27 moons. Methane in Uranus' atmosphere gives the planet its blue-green tint. Uranus holds the record for the coldest temperature ever measured in the solar system, -371.56 degrees Fahrenheit, -224.2 degrees Celsius. The average temperature of Uranus is -320 degrees Fahrenheit, -195 degrees Celsius. Neptune, a giant, stormy blue planet. Neptune is the eighth planet from the Sun and is on average the coldest planet in the solar system. The average temperature of Neptune at the top of the clouds is -346 degrees Fahrenheit, -210 degrees Celsius. Neptune is approximately the same size as Uranus and is known for its supersonic strong winds. The planet is more than 30 times as far from the Sun as Earth. Neptune was the first planet predicted to exist by using math, rather than being visually detected. Irregularities in the orbit of Uranus led French astronomer Alexis Bouvard to suggest some other planet might be exerting a gravitational tug. German astronomer Johann Galle used calculations to help find Neptune in a telescope. Neptune is about 17 times as massive as Earth and has a rocky core. Pluto, once a planet, now a dwarf planet. Pluto was once the ninth planet from the Sun and is unlike any other planet in the solar system. It's smaller than Earth's moon, its orbit is elliptical, falling inside Neptune's orbit at some points and far beyond it at others. Pluto's orbit doesn't fall on same plane as other planets, instead, it orbits 17.1 degrees above or below, taking 288 years to complete a single orbit. From 1979 until early 1999, Pluto had been the eighth planet from the Sun. Then, on February 11, 1999, it crossed Neptune's path and once again became the solar system's most distant planet, until it was redefined as a dwarf planet. It's a cold, rocky world with a tenuous atmosphere. But when NASA's New Horizons mission performed history's first flyby of the Pluto system on July 14, 2015, it transformed scientists' view of Pluto. Pluto is a very active ice world that's covered in glaciers, mountains of ice water, icy dunes, and possibly even cryovolcanoes that erupt icy lava made of water, methane, or ammonia. Thank you for watching at Interdimensionals.